we discovered, is my mic on? Is this even working? It doesn't sound right to me. Oh well. We discovered my dog's teeth are all loose, and we found out that he has an infection in his gums. And we need to change his entire diet over from hard kibble to wet food, which is going to cost a lot of money. And we spent 170 on the vet bill alone to get him antibiotic and examination, but he's on something now. He's my best friend, and I love him. And also, my profile's green now, and it was blue before, but whatever. Sure, that works. Sure, Twitter, whatever you want to do. He's a good dog, and he's my best friend. If you look here, he has a wart on his paw that was an infection, so we do know he's prone to them. It was draining through his paw, it was up in his leg, and we figure it's probably the same strain of infection that's in his mouth now, because this came on very suddenly. But that brings me to this. I have a stream tip page. You can all access through the Twitch itself, of course, but I'm putting a link to it in the chat because I need donations. I got a very, very not so anonymous kind donation from a friend who sent it as anonymous, but it went through with his actual name, and I know his name, and I thank that friend very, very much because he continues to support me and help me in my times of need when I need it with the dog and everything. He's a good pal. But yeah, the stream tip is there if anybody wants to throw a couple bucks to help us pay for dog food. Because he a few months ago went on a kibble diet to help him lose weight because he's fat. And the kibble diet, while good, he can't eat it because his teeth are all loose right now, like really loose, like you can wiggle them. So he needs to go to wet food, which we don't really have. We had two that we tried when we were trying to get him to switch his food up after he started puking a long time ago. And we found out the expiration date is literally this month, so we lucked out on that, so we have like 1 or 2 meals out of that we can do. But we need to afford wet dog food, which is not very cheap. He likes this stuff. This, of course, my dog has very expensive taste. $16 for a case of 24 of these tiny little meat bags. It's gross. Uh, yeah. So it's kind of expensive comparatively. And we have to play around and see what he likes and what he doesn't like because he's a picky, picky little dog. So we gotta do that, and it's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be an expensive little venture. So I urge you to donate if you love me and my cute little dog and the content we bring. You can retweet my tweet to help me get the word out. Also, hello Tin, I know you're there. I haven't acknowledged you because this is a quick thing. I'm not actually streaming right now, maybe later, because I need to shower and do laundry and stuff. But dog food, this isn't gonna, oh good, it does have my location, perfect. Um, like this is what he'll eat sometimes, out of what we've tried, and he ate the fancy feast or whatever that wet food this was. So, he's a little picky, and it's a little bit of a problem. Tin, I advise you don't donate because I already owe you my soul and a half with your game, so please do not send money. But like, if any of my other viewers who, like, maybe you can't sub monthly and help out, maybe you could consider throwing me like $5 or something to help pay for these funds of dog food. So we can play around, find out what he likes, and hopefully stick with something, because he's not very happy right now. He's barking at everything and trying to eat our apples, which is not good for his teeth. He pulled one out of the bag last night, and I yelled at him for it, because he tried to eat it. But he's my best friend. He's basically my therapy dog for my anxiety issues. Like, if I just look at his little eyes and I pet him, I calm down. He is a massive part of my life, and when I heard that he was getting sick, my heart just sunk into the pit of my stomach. Like, it was just immediate panic because that dog is my rock. And I know he's old and I know he's gonna die someday, but he's my best friend and I love him very dearly. He he's a brat. He barks at me all the time. He doesn't really like me all that much. He likes me selectively, but he's a good dog and he keeps me centered. He gives me a purpose, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. He is my best friend. He's like my son, basically, is what I said last night, because when I heard he was sick, it was like somebody told me my child has the measles or something, and I could not handle it. So, I hate to ask for money again, because I'm always asking people for money, be it jokingly or seriously. This is a serious time. But dog needs money for food on an extended like time frame because we don't know how long he's going to be on this little diet. It could be a week, could be a year. We don't know. Ooh, they sell this? Wait. This is the kibble he eats, and if they sell it in wet food, that might be what he'll eat. Maybe. It's expensive, but not as expensive as some of the other stuff. Guess I'm taking a Walmart trip. Good, my Walmart has it. Good. Maybe this'll be what I feed him. But it's still $10 a pack for 6 8-ounce tubs of food. That is 6 meals for $10. You could buy my dog 6 meals, which would be really nice. And then I have to find some kind of treat that he'll eat without crunch to it. Right now we're giving him these little sausagey things that I found in the pantry, and I've been giving him cheese, which is not great for his health, but it's something he'll eat because he normally eats these things. He loves these, but they're too hard, and I think that's why he hasn't been eating them as much lately. He'll leave the middle one because it's hard. And he likes these nudges. He'll eat them, but they're still kind of hard. They're like gummy almost. Um, he loves duck, but they're too hard. We're not gonna be able to give him. Why are rabbit puffs here? That's not right. Like bacon strips is something that we'll probably have to give him because they're not crunchy. They're not bones because these are what we normally stick with is the milk bones for tiny dogs. We're gonna have to figure something out that isn't crunchy, and it's gonna be hard. It's gonna suck. He's not gonna be a happy dog for a few weeks while we try to transition his meal because we need something like these bacon chews. I'm looking to see if they have those sausages that he's been eating because I know he likes these, and these are small and squishy. These he loves, but they're not gonna be okay. These, again, he likes them, but they're kind of gummy, and I don't want him to lose his teeth in them. It's a very complex thing, dogs are. My dog, he happens to be the pickiest dog I've ever seen in my life. Like, he will snub it if it is not exactly to his taste. And then he'll bark and want more of something else. Like, he wouldn't accept cheese as a treat last night. He was like, I want my dog bones. Where are my dog bones? And he's barking at me and freaking out all night long because he can't eat them. We aren't allowing him to get any worse by biting on hard, gross things. Maybe, like, he's so small too, so he has to chew everything. So that's difficult. Like these little meatballs, I'd get him those because they are soft, but he has a problem where he hides them exclusively. We find them 2 years later in the corner somewhere, all covered in gross and bugs and ugh. It's not pleasant. Dogs are weird. I love him though. He is my best friend and he is great and fluffy, and we know that's why he's not been feeling good lately. But yeah, if you have even $5 to spare, it'll help afford things like treats that he can eat right now in his little delicate state. Because it's a gum infection, it's in his teeth. And eventually, hopefully, it goes away and his teeth might firm back up and he doesn't have the risk of losing them, but for now, we're not letting him eat hard things. It's a hard time, and there's not many options for dogs that can't eat hard things. There was cat food. He'll eat that. We used to have a cat, and he ate its food all the time. That was fun. his breath smelled like vomit all the time. He loves these rawhides, but he can't do it. Because we give him these things that we call an after dinner mint, and it is one of those good and fun rawhides, and he will not leave you alone until he gets it at 4:30. But it's gonna be a problem if you can't eat it. I don't know. I'm gonna keep looking at treats for a while. Basically, bacon treats is our only option, it looks like. But thank you for listening to me ramble about this, because it's a serious matter. And consider going to the stream tip and donating or retweeting my tweet to help get the word out. I tried tweeting at a celebrity I like, and she's not answering. I don't think she will, but maybe it'll help. And again, thank you to my friend who sent an anonymous donation, even though I know it's not very anonymous because PayPal gives me your name, and if you donated before, I know your name. Um, so I know he donated $100, which is going to buy a lot of food, hopefully. A lot of food and maybe pay for some of the medication costs. But thank you. I might stream in a little while after I shower and do some laundry. Maybe draw, maybe play some real video games. Who knows? I don't. I have no idea what I'm doing with my life anymore. It's a fun time, let me tell you. I have to figure out so many things right now. But yeah, I might stream later. I gotta figure this out, so thank you. Consider donating. Thank you for listening to me ramble for these 11 minutes, Tinninstillion, because I know you're here. Um, consider donating. Consider subscribing, even though I can't touch that money till we hit the full amount, and I don't know if I'm allowed to show you this page, but I'm going to show it anyways. I'm at 11 for this month I've made, because I have 2 reoccurring subs. Or 3 reoccurring subs. In the last few months, I've made $41. That's what I'm up to. When I hit 100, I can take that money out, which is nice. I can use that money to, do things like this. Anyways, thank you. I'm gonna go, because I gotta go do things, but maybe I'll be back later. I won't try to harp on this during the actual stream, that's why I have this little separate thing, because I don't like bringing attention to my poor status, and I also don't like making my mom feel bad when she's in the other room listening, because she feels bad that I feel bad and that we don't have money, and it's a big mess of guilt and sad. So, thank you guys. Later.